Creatine, kidneys, brain, the truth you need before you scoop. Creatine monohydrate is the most studied performance supplement on the planet, yet the questions never stop. Will it hurt my kidneys? Will it bloat me? And does it really sharpen my brain, or is that just gym folklore? If you want a clean, science-grounded answer that goes beyond locker room talk, you're in the right place. In this video, you'll see a clear before and after timeline of what changes in your body over the first 7, 21, 60, and 90 days, exactly what happens to your kidney labs, creatinine, eGFR, and why cystatin C matters, what creatine actually does for memory, focus, and mental stamina, and the simple protocol that gets results without side effects. Dose, timing, hydration, and quality control. By the end, you'll know whether creatine is right for you, how to take it safely, and how to cash in the performance and cognitive benefits fast. Drop your age and training style in the comments, and I'll reply with a personalized dose and timing window to get you started today. Before and after. The realistic timeline you'll feel and see. The first week is mostly chemistry and water, and that's a good thing. As you take creatine daily, your muscles pull more water inside the cell where the energy action happens. The scale often nudges up by half a pound to 3 pounds in days 1 to 7. Not fat, not puffy water under the skin, but intracellular water that powers performance. Muscles look a touch fuller and workouts feel normal or slightly better. By days 8 to 21, the power bank is consistently charged. You squeeze extra reps at the same load. Repeat sets feel steadier and short. Explosive efforts have more pop. Many people also notice less mental drag in long tasks. In days 22 to 60, changes are obvious. Visibly firmer arms, shoulders, and quads, stronger grip, faster recovery between sets. Your weekly training volume rises because you can do more high-quality work, and that's when strength and hypertrophy begin to accelerate. By days 60 to 90, expect new personal records for your age and training history, steadier daytime energy, and a satisfying realization that tasks that used to feel heavy now feel routine. Kidneys, creatine, and that confusing lab number. The most persistent myth in fitness is that creatine damages kidneys. The root of the confusion is a lab marker called creatinine, a normal waste product that kidneys filter out. When you take creatine, a little more cycles through and a little more converts to creatinine. Blood tests can show a mild rise. That rise is expected and not the same thing as kidney damage. Because many eGFR equations are calculated from creatinine, the estimate can look lower on paper even when kidney function is healthy. If you want absolute clarity, ask your clinician to add cystatin C, a kidney marker that isn't distorted by muscle mass or creatine intake, or to use an eGFR equation that includes both creatinine and cystatin C. A urine albumin to creatinine ratio adds another layer of reassurance. In healthy adults, long-term research and sports nutrition position stands consistently show no harm to kidney function at recommended doses. If you have diagnosed kidney disease, are a kidney donor, have a single kidney, significant liver disease, or take diuretics or other kidney-impacting medications, creatine is not a DIY supplement. Have a conversation with your clinician, set a plan, and monitor intelligently. Hydration is the simplest kidney-supporting tactic you can use while you enjoy the performance benefits. Creatine pulls water into muscle cells. Help your body by adding 2 extra glasses of water across the day beyond thirst, and salting meals to taste if you sweat heavily or train in heat. Keep urine a light yellow, and your training will feel better too. Your brain on creatine. Why focus and memory often improve. Your brain burns roughly 20% of your body's energy at rest and, like muscle, uses phosphocreatine to buffer short, intense energy demands. Supplementing creatine raises brain phosphocreatine in many people, and that shows up most when you're stressed, sleep-deprived, or under heavy cognitive load. Working memory and processing speed can improve, particularly in those who don't eat much dietary creatine, vegetarians and vegans, and in older adults whose energy efficiency has slipped with age. No, creatine won't turn you into a movie montage genius, but it does provide a reliable second wind for your mind when you need to hold attention, solve problems, or learn under pressure. Early clinical research even explores creatine as an adjunct in certain mood and neurological settings. Those are medical contexts that should be guided by a clinician, but the mechanism underscores the point. Creatine supports fast energy everywhere, not just in biceps. Dosing that works, loading versus no load, timing, and who benefits most. The simplest plan for most healthy adults is 5 grams of creatine monohydrate once per day, every day, with or without training. Timing is flexible. Consistency is everything. If you want faster saturation and a quicker bump in performance, load at roughly 0.3 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, usually about 20 grams, split into 4 small servings for 5 to 7 days. Then maintain at 0.03 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, usually 3 to 5 grams. Larger athletes, people over 40, hard-training lifters, and plant-based eaters often do best on a firm 5 grams daily because baseline intramuscular creatine is lower and the need is higher. Take your dose with a meal or a shake. Mix thoroughly. Micronized monohydrate dissolves easiest, and if your stomach is sensitive, split your daily dose into 2 smaller servings and use warm liquid or a smoothie. Side effects, fixes, and myths you can ignore. Expect a small uptick on the scale in the first week. That's intracellular water, and it's one of the reasons creatine works. If your stomach feels off, you're likely dry scooping or undermixing. Take your creatine with food, split the dose, and use warm liquid to dissolve it. Large athlete datasets show no increase in cramping with creatine. Well-hydrated lifters often experience fewer cramps. The hair loss scare started with a small study that saw a temporary bump in a hormone linked to baldness, but hair loss wasn't measured and follow-up data hasn't shown creatine causes shedding. Genetics, stress, nutrition, and aging drive hair loss far more. Creatine can nudge the creatinine lab number. It's not the same as kidney injury. If blood pressure is already high, monitor as you would with any training or nutrition change. Creatine hasn't been shown to raise blood pressure in healthy users. Moderate coffee is fine. Ultra-high caffeine plus poor hydration will upset anyone. If you feel off, separate timing and drink more water. Quality matters. The only form you need and what to look for. Plain creatine monohydrate is the gold standard. It's the most studied, the most effective, and the most cost-efficient. New forms haven't consistently outperformed monohydrate on outcomes that matter. Choose a product that's third-party tested so what's on the label is what's in the tub. Look for NSF certified for sport, informed choice, or monohydrate manufactured with Creapure. Micronized monohydrate mixes easily and is gentle on the stomach. Fancy flavors and blends are marketing. The power is in the molecule and your consistency. Common questions answered quickly in plain language. You don't need to cycle creatine. It's not a stimulant, and consistency is the point. You don't need sugar to activate it, but taking it with carbs and protein can help uptake a little and is easy to remember. You can take it with coffee, separate timing if your stomach complains, and drink water. If you're lactose sensitive, use whey isolate or a plant-based smoothie as your vehicle. Creatine itself doesn't contain lactose. If your doctor is puzzled by your creatinine bump, explain you supplement and ask for cystatin C or a combined eGFR. The goal is a clear picture, not a scare. The creatine plan you can start tonight. Choose plain, third-party tested creatine monohydrate. Measure 5 grams and take it with your next meal. Drink an extra 2 glasses of water today and keep your urine light yellow. Pick 2 lifts you'll track for the next 4 weeks and write down today's numbers. If you want fast saturation, load for 5 to 7 days by splitting about 20 grams into 4 small servings, then cruise at 5 grams. If you have kidney disease, are a donor, have 1 kidney, or take kidney-affecting medications, pause here and make a plan with your clinician so you can enjoy the benefits safely. Facts over fear, progress over hype. Creatine is not a shortcut. It's a small daily habit that compounds. It quietly loads your muscles and your brain with fast, rechargeable energy so you can do more high-quality work, recover from it, and feel sharper under pressure. In healthy adults, decades of data support its safety for kidneys when used properly, and the kidney lab confusion is just that, confusion about creatinine, not damage. If you live in the real world with a job, stress, and a training schedule that isn't perfect, creatine is one of the few supplements that measurably helps. Fill the tank, hydrate, train with intent, and let the before and after write itself in your logbook, on the bar, and in the mirror. If this clarified creatine for you, tap like so more people see the facts. Hit subscribe for weekly evidence-based training and nutrition guides, and share this with a friend who still thinks creatine equals kidney damage. Tell me your age, training style, and whether you plan to load or go straight to 5 grams daily. I'll reply with your dose and timing window, so you can start today safely and confidently.